Once you find, you have to be able to attract. If you cannot attract them, it doesn't matter. Then you need to be able to align them. If they're not aligned and they don't see how they can succeed with you, they ain't joining you.
Alan Payroll Bornstein, let's get you unmuted.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
So if I can go back to your recruiting piece, I would just wanted to help and add one little piece, okay? I used to be an executive recruiter, and I actually used to be the headhunter of headhunters. So recruiting firms used to come to me looking for their headhunter. And a valuable lesson for any employer, don't get so excited about a candidate that you forget to listen to them. Sometimes we get so excited, we think this candidate's so great, we go into sales mode. We try and sell them instantly. Whereas there's a great way of actually, when you're meeting with a candidate, say, look, I've got multiple things we could be doing. Tell me what you like. If I could create a position for you, what would it be? And if what they're telling you is the things that you want them to do, they'll do it. But if you want somebody to be a cold calling sales rep and they tell you that they like waiting for the phone to ring, they're going to fail. They'll never do what you need them to do if they don't like doing it.
We agree. That's awesome. So what's your question?
So my question is, part of your training that you're doing for recruiting, right? I assume that's what this event that you're having is. Do you have a whole breakdown of recruiting for different folks?
Yep.
Okay. I have another business. We have an insurance agency, and I've got a guy that I'm thinking about sending over there because
You should do it. I actually have a guy in the back room I can't even introduce you to right now. I can't tell you about him, but we're launching 10X Insurance, 10X Advisory, and 10X Wealth. And he's going to be running that. He's heading that up for us. And he is an expert on building insurance, wealth management, and advisory businesses.
So at the People Essentials workshop, there's a component of it that is all on recruiting, the interview process, what questions to ask,
Top performer profiles.
what red flags you should be looking for, how you set up and really structure the proper onboarding and integration. So that is a component. And then we also work through how do you optimize them once they're in the business.
The employee maturity model, how to grow them from an entry level all the way up to one day being a partner. Everybody you got to be able to find. And once you find, you have to be able to attract. If you cannot attract them, it doesn't matter. Then you need to be able to align them. If they're not aligned and they don't see how they can succeed with you, they ain't joining you. Find, attract, align.
Develop,
and here's the thing: if you
retain.
can't develop, if you
you
can't develop them, they can't scale your business with you, and then retain them. Because the hardest thing in the scaling process is keeping your intrinsic knowledge, the intrinsic value people can bring to the equation, keeping them engaged. So there's 5 actual key elements involved with one successful transformational employee, and you have to learn all 5 in order to succeed. Let's go, Mr. Guts. Did you bring him on?
Oh, hey.
Come on.
Is it me?
It's you, buddy. How are you?
Ciao, what's up?
Come on, Ciao.
What's
go,
up? I miss you guys already, man. It's only been a day.
So sad.
Yeah, I know. I see you in Scottsdale in 10 days.
Let's go, buddy.
Can't wait.
So I know I have a lot of people. I want to ask you, how do you manage yourself to run so many businesses and partnership at the same time? And you guys seem so composed, so poised, you know?
And you saw it because you were with a lot of our partners, because this mastermind was our highest connected relationships with people that have massive businesses, and then half of them were guests. So you see this connectedness and you hear the results and the stories. None of us can become successful if we cannot surround ourselves with people who can exemplify success. It just can't happen. And anybody that thinks they're going to get lucky and just find those people, you're never going to have them in your life, because there's no such thing as lucky, because the law of the lid, John Maxwell law. People that are at a higher level of success will not come underneath you. That's the lid. So you have to intentionally go and find, that's the sell or be sold. Find people who are not happy where they're at and bring them into your world so that they can help you become bigger. Now, we did it by partnering intentionally with Grant and Elena Cardone. Many of you have done it intentionally, which Chow met many of those people because of the success they've had. But if you think you're going to sit at home and just invent this in your mind and kind of materialize it, it doesn't work that way. So we do it by attracting remarkable people because we have a massive vision, recruiting highly capable people into our sphere of influence, and then helping us do it bigger, better, faster on a multiplication level.
And the reason that I have learned all of these things that I teach at the People Essentials is the stakes for us have been so high. And like, we are life partners, but we also work together. And so us being able to figure out our dynamic, who's responsible for what, how do we remove tension, because we want to love life, we want to have an awesome marriage, we want to be excited about the future, but we're running a business that's taking off like a rocket ship, and that's always been our intention. So if we can figure out and navigate this between the two of us and set structure in place and make things not emotional and have mechanisms in place to allow us to be the best versions of ourselves and allow the communication to go in the right direction, all of a sudden it's really easy handling this with team members. And so when somebody can figure it out between significant others and they can figure it out with their family, all of a sudden the knowledge that we can impart on you guys for how to do this with team members, like that stuff's just a piece of cake.
And it starts with how you're having that initial conversation. Like when I'm interviewing people or talking to them, I'm like, the reason I'm hiring you is because I never want to have to do what I'm doing right now again. The opportunity for you is when you give me the confidence that I never have to do what I'm doing again, you're going to become wealthy, because that allows me to become 10x or 10 times bigger. But if I have to come down and tell you what to do and you're not simplifying my life, ask yourself this question every single day. Am I doing something to surprise and delight my business partner, my life partner, it doesn't matter, so that they're like so excited about something they didn't even know about that they cannot wait for tomorrow because of what happened today? And if you're not focused on creating that delight and surprise, then you're trying to get the delight and surprise presented to you. But if you can't give it, you won't get it.